If you don't know how to cook, they know how to cook, and they like to cook good. If none of you knows how to cook, you will have to order from the outside, but at some point it becomes very expensive. And so learning how to cook, learning how to take care of your home, learning how to take care of people, it doesn't look good for the feminists. So if you're a feminist and you think that, oh, this is the past, whatever, that's your choice. But I believe that if you come to a new home and you want to know that you're ready for your man, if you know how to cook, to take care of the home, take care of your clothes, getting things ready, making a home functional. All that is very important, because you don't know if that man thinks that he expects you to be able to do all that. Not saying is not going to contribute or is not going to do anything, but he expects his wife to be able to do a minimum. And so learn how to do that minimum. Be ready to do that minimum. So after many breakups and a miserable love life, now you feel ready and you feel like you're very confident. You feel like this is the time for me to meet my husband. And so you want to know, okay, what can I do to attract that person? And it's not even about attracting the person, but it's like when the person comes, how do I make sure I'm going to be ready? And so this is what this video is about. How to prepare to make sure you're gonna be ready when you meet the right person. Okay. Hi, my name is Amina. I'm a life coach, and I'm here to give you some tips, offer another perspective, and answer some questions you might have. So if you have questions or video suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. If you like what I do here, please subscribe, like, and share, and help me spread the word. So I have a few tips that I want to share with you to make sure you're ready when you meet the right person. And so let's do it. So number one is be clear on what you're looking for. Yes, you're waiting for the love of your life, and you don't really have that much control on that, meeting that person for the first time. But you can do things on your side where you are in control. You're in control of what you're looking for, kind of. So if you are a healthy person, you have done the healing work, you should be able to identify what you want in your partner and what you don't want. And so, like I've said in a few of my videos before, you can make a list and make sure that you know exactly what you're looking for. And so what I suggest is you list all the qualities of the person, everything that is related to the character, and then you go to the physical attributes, and then you go to the financial attributes. So if you want that person to be kind, loyal, respectful, somebody that is not lazy, somebody who is supportive, who will be there for you in case you need help, you can call them anytime. They will be there every time if you have reasonable requests. And so yes, so you have you have that list when it comes to the character of the person. Now, if you want that person to be taller, if you want that person to, to be fit, if you want that person to take care of their body, things like that, put it on the list. If you want that person to make six figure, that person to be responsible, to take care of their own bills, to not live with their parents, put all that on the list. And once you have the list, at least, when somebody comes to you and presents themselves to you, you can say, by talking to them, going on dates, you can check off if they meet your criteria, if I can say that. But at least when you have the list, it helps you getting in the right direction. But also, it's not just about the list, it's also about your intuition. So somebody can check off everything on your list, but if your intuition tells you no, listen to that. And somebody can also not check everything on your list, but your intuition tells you yes, so you have to listen to that as well. Okay, my second point is do the healing work. And so I was saying in the previous point that you have to make sure you are healthy when you do your list. Because if you make your list and you're not healthy, you're going to put things that are not really important, or things, I don't know, that I am never bored with that person. And for you, that actually means that person is avoidant. And so you're going to go in that roller coaster. You're not going to be bored, but you're going to be miserable. And so if you have a broken mindset, a broken consciousness, like Mr. R.C. Blake says all the time, you're going to choose the wrong person because you want a roller coaster and never be bored. So be careful with that. You need to do the healing work. Make sure that you become a healthy person before you go get on a new relationship. Point number 3 is you need to know yourself. So when you have the list, this is a way to know yourself. You know what you're looking for when it comes to everything that is external, but you also need to know yourself when it comes to internal. Okay, what can I be okay with that? What are my deal breakers? Yes, of course, I want this person to be that way, but what can I compromise with, and what is a big no-no from the get-go? And so learn to know yourself. And also it's important because I've seen many married women in marriage, and they were saying things like, oh, I didn't assert myself because I was too afraid that he would leave. I didn't know how to tell him how I felt. I didn't know how to ask for what I wanted. And all that can come because you don't know yourself. And so learning to know yourself will avoid that kind of situations, because if you know that you're not very assertive as a person, you will work on that to make sure that when you are in the relationship, if something is important to you, you're gonna speak your truth. And all that is in the know yourself. Know yourself is also knowing what you like. So if your soon-to-be husband want to, if your soon-to-be husband want to do something and he asks, well, what do you want for your birthday? I don't know, that kind of things. If he asks, okay, I want to help you build a business, what could that be? All kinds of examples. But you will need to know yourself first before you can answer those questions. So my next point, number 4, is physical preparation. So it's not about going to the gym every day or something like that. It's about being okay with the way you are in your body. So do you feel great right now? Do you think that you would prefer to meet your husband weighing this much? Do you want to be somebody who wants to be with a fit guy? And so in this case, what does a fit guy wants his woman to be or do, or what kind of lifestyle he would want his woman to be in? So you have to ask yourself all that. Physical preparation. If you go outside, do you look pretty? Do you look like, oh, I just put my pajamas and I'm getting out there, my hair is not done? And I am very professional when it comes to that kind of things. I'm not going out with my pajamas, but I'm always justifying myself like, oh no, why would I put on something that looks good? Why would I do my hair? But I always force myself. To be honest, I wouldn't really care, but I'm like, okay, in case I meet the right person, I don't want that person to see me like a garbage bag. I want to look put together. And so and also, you also need to do this for yourself. It's not just looking pretty for somebody you think you can meet anytime. You don't know when that's going to happen. And so if you're beautiful, and I remember hearing Beyonce saying something like that, when I don't feel well, I go and put myself together and look good. Now my morale is way better. I'm feeling better. It doesn't solve all the problems, but at least it helps. It brings something different. And when you look in the mirror and you see yourself beautiful, it helps. So you need to work on your communication skills. So that's my next point. So if you know that usually when you talk to people, it's really explosive, you don't have empathy, when you talk to people, they feel like you don't understand them, or you always dismissing what they want, or you're always interpreting things the wrong way, anything like that. So if you have communication challenges with people, you need to work on your communication skills, because once you're going to be with that person, and that's something that I got from some married women, and they were saying that because men and women, we are different, and when you get with that person, you're gonna, if you don't know how to say things the right way, you can lose that person just because of that. And so work on your communication skills. It's very important. Okay, so the other thing is emotional IQ. And so in a relationship, we are different, but if we don't know how to manage the other person's reaction, and we are always thinking, oh, they're attacking me, they're doing this because they want to do me wrong, or if the person, you are outside with the person and they're looking at another woman, and you get really jealous, and you go from 1 to 100 in 1 second, just because you don't know why your man is looking at that woman. I don't know. I wouldn't like that either. But instead of exploding right away, you should ask, oh, why is he doing this? Maybe there is a good reason. And from what I heard from men, they always look. As long as they don't do anything and they're not like, oh, hi, how are you? It should be fine. But yeah, be careful with your emotions. Learn how to manage them. Listen to the person. Take a deep breath. And if they do or say something that is triggering, there is a better way to handle things than to scream at the person or acting like a lunatic. Okay, so before we get to the next point, I wanted to let you know that I have a one-on-one coaching service. So if you're interested in working with me, you can reach out using the link in the description box, and we'll see how we're gonna make things happen. I also have a blog, so I talk about the same kinds of subjects. So if you are interested in it, you can give it a try. Thanks in advance. So my next point is you are in charge of your happiness. So you have to remember that. It's not because you're going in a relationship that your partner is going to be your end-all be-all. They're going to do everything necessary for you to be happy. No, you're still in charge of your happiness. Don't expect that person to make you happy all the time. You will most likely be the one giving love rather than expecting love. And if your partner thinks the same way, then everybody comes to the relationship with the desire of making the other person happy. And so, everybody wins because we have the intention of making the other person happy. And so everybody's happy. But yeah, your happiness is your work first. And the other person is like la cerise sur le gâteau. So I don't know, God. It's just, I don't know how you say in English, but it's like the extra stuff on top of the cake. I forgot. I knew the expression, but I completely forgot. The icing on the cake, yes. And so yes, just remember that your happiness is your duty first, and then the other person can contribute to to magnifying it. Okay, my next point, I don't remember the number, but take care of your family and take care of your home. And so when the person arrives, if you want to make sure you are ready, you need to know how to take care of a family and take care of a home. So if you get married and you cannot put together a meal, unless you are lucky that the other person knows how to do it, but you have to be complementary. So if you don't know how to cook, they know how to cook and they like to cook good. If none of you knows how to cook, you will have to order from the outside, but at some point it becomes very expensive. And so learning how to cook, learning how to take care of your home, learning how to take care of people, it doesn't look good for the feminists. So if you're a feminist and you think that, this is the past, whatever, that's your choice. But I believe that if you come to a new home and you want to know that you're ready for your man, if you know how to cook, to take care of the home, take care of your clothes, getting things ready, making a home functional. All that is very important, because you don't know if that man thinks that he expects you to be able to do all that. Not saying is not going to contribute or is not going to do anything, but he expects his wife to be able to do a minimum. And so learn how to do that minimum. Be ready to do that minimum. At least you will have the basis. And so my last point is spiritual preparation. And so for the people who are religious, they think that if some say that couple who the couples who pray together stay together. I've heard that. Other people think that you don't need to pray together, but at least you're praying for the household. Some people don't pray, but for the spiritual preparation. So what I heard from religions is, the devil is out there and he wants to break your home, your household, and so you have to protect it. And so spiritual preparation is also that. Spiritual preparation is feeling in your spirit that you can accommodate another person and that you're gonna do your best to make that person happy and to live in harmony in the house. Spiritual preparation is allowing another person to enter your space spiritually. It's all kinds of stuff. So whether you're religious or you're not, or you're spiritual or you're not, there is a level of spiritual preparation that needs to happen. And so work on that. So I cannot give more details. So I think I gave some examples, but I didn't dig too deep on that subject. So I would advise you to go and check and see what you can find. But in my case, I believe it's really about opening your space, your spirit to welcome somebody else, is protecting your house, is praying together, if you're religious, and things like that. So as a recap, that's a long one. So how to get ready for a new relationship and for marriage. So number 1, be clear on what you're looking for. Number 2, do the healing work. Number 3, know yourself. Number 4, physical preparation. Number 5, working on your communication skills. Number 6, working on your emotional IQ. Number 7, you need to remember you're in charge of your happiness. Number 8, learn how to take care of a family and a home. Number 9, the spiritual preparation. So my conclusion regarding the video of what you need to do to get ready for marriage. So I believe that getting ready, it's about physical, emotional, spiritual, mental, all kinds of level. And so what I did in my case was and still is, identifying the areas where I see that I have some weaknesses. And so when I identify those, now I look for a plan to get better at those things. And it's not about beating myself up, but it's just that, I want to be better because I want to be able to take care of a family, to take care of a husband, maybe children, and so I have to make sure, and a house. So I have to make sure that I know what are the responsibilities of a wife. And so if you're not sure about that, you can go online and you can look for videos. You have many coaches, many counselors, many people talking about their own experience, and they can give you some clues. So you can make your list and decide on what you need to work towards. And I believe the mental and emotional aspect is very important because, like I was saying to one of my friends, I'm getting ready on a physical level, material level. I want to be the best version of myself, but I also want to be energetically ready, so that when a man sees me on the streets, he knows that, okay, on her energetic level, she is ready to become a wife, and she is welcoming the energy of a husband. So when you're gonna notice that when you end up in this situation, spiritually and mentally, emotionally, energetically, you're gonna notice that everything you do, there is something that is different, because you're not just doing it for yourself anymore. You're doing it with the idea that later somebody is going to be a part of your life, and so you will do it for them too. And so that was my little conclusion, because I forgot to add this on the previous video, but I believe it's really important. So do the preparation on those different levels, not just the physical, but what is really important is, what do you feel inside? How do you feel about being with the husband in your house? How do you feel about a family, taking care of other people? Do you feel confident? Are you ready? Do you feel inviting? Does your energy feels inviting, or is it like, oh, I just want to take care of myself. I don't care about other people. So check all that on those levels, and if you want to ask some questions, I'm here. Feel free to reach out, and I will help as best as I can. And so my challenge for you today is identify where are your weak points when it comes to your communication. So if you tend to not listen to other people when they speak, if you tend to cut them when they speak, things like that, learn how to stop doing this. That would be my challenge. So please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share if you like what I do here. And if you have questions or video suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below. So my question for you today is, do you have any other tips on how to get ready for marriage, how to get ready for a new relationship and welcoming somebody in our lives? So that's it for today. I hope this video helps. In the meantime, I wish you a good week, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.